Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Board YouTube channel. It is NBA Finals time at last. We had a long break because we had two surprisingly short series in the conference finals. You do not typically get a sweep in the conference finals alongside a gentleman's sweep in the conference finals, but that is exactly what we got here. So we had a bit of a break. Kind of sucks, but what we also get as a result is some high-quality basketball between two teams who really could not ask for much better health coming into this one. The Boston Celtics have Kristaps Porzingis back. It was reported that he would not have a minutes restriction today, and then it was reported he's going to be coming off the bench. I don't know why that's the case. I mean, I guess they don't want to disrupt the flow with Al Horford. Perhaps size-wise, they feel as though having Al Horford in makes more sense for their team. There could be a bunch of reasons why they decided to go in that direction. But, hey, we got Porzingis back. That's going to add to the excitement in this series. Let's see how things shake out. This is the Board YouTube channel, The Hammer's NBA content division. And we do plenty of basketball content all throughout the season. We might be winding down a little bit when it comes to the NBA season in general. But the draft is coming up. Free agency is coming up. Tons of great content still coming at you guys on the channel, so make sure you're subscribed. And if you're enjoying my company today, and hopefully I enjoy yours as well, but please make sure you do smash the like button, help drive us up in that YouTube algorithm. Makes a huge difference. Listen, you want to see more content by The Hammer, support the work that we do, and we can make more of it, and we can make more content that's better. We can keep improving and keep on adding to our arsenal of content over here. We're doing some great things at The Hammer. You can get on board or you can get left behind. My name is Jacob Gramenia. I am heavily involved within the NBA content and other content behind the scenes at The Hammer. And I am very excited to be with you guys today. Let me know in the chat if anybody is here nice and early, what you guys have on your ticket for tonight. What are you going to be betting on for this one? I myself, I have Celtics to win the championship -110. It's actually a pre-playoff bet. It was an Eastern Conference team to win the NBA championship. It wasn't necessarily the Celtics. I kind of bet it with the mindset that, hey, if the Celtics get there, they're probably going to be sizable favorites. So it's a way for me to bet on Boston in a sense without having to actually bet on Boston because I do not like this team. I would happily lose this bet. I will happily lose this bet. Like, I will pay the bet amount for Boston not to win this series. I'm going to get that clear first things first. Completely comfortable with the Boston Celtics losing this series. And it's one of those, I wouldn't call it an emotional hedge because I didn't bet it for that reason. I bet it because I like the number. But it's turned into a bit of an emotional hedge. I've also got over 214.5 in this game. Let me check the live line here. I believe that has turned into a significant number, or a very good number at the very least. Yeah, I mean, look at what we're doing. Yeah. Look at what we are dealing with here. We've got the over-under set at 216.5 now. -106 at Pinnacle is the best price you're going to find on that. If you want to find a more widely available book, FanDuel's got it -110 at 216. If BetRivers has under 218.5, that's also, or just 218, that's going to be a good number as well if anybody is feeling the under here. Boston are in at 6.5 here. Didn't see actually a ton of fluctuation with Porzingis being in or out. Let's see if that had like a big jump at any point here. I know we're close here, so doesn't seem to be any significant jump here. These lines have been shaped for a long time now. Yeah, all day today, it has been locked in at 6.5. Remember, guys, these lines have been up for like a week at this point, so not a lot of meat left on the bone when it comes to lines on the day of, though I did bet that 214 this morning, actually. Also, I've got just a bet boost I saw where I got Doncic and Tatum 25+ points each. That is what we are rolling with here. Apologies if you see the screen like shifting up and down. That is we'll call it a software issue. Apologies for that. Hopefully it's not too distracting. If it does become too distracting, I can just take that stuff off the screen, no problem. Like here it is right now, moving up and down unnecessarily. But appreciate everybody again hanging out with me today. I'm excited for this game. Series prices, in my mind, before the series was even, before it even became a series, in my mind, I thought it would be, minus 200, plus 200 as the fair number here. Kind of basically that's what it is. We're getting the Celtics at like minus 225, 220. Mavericks plus 170, plus 175, maybe plus 180s out there. Kind of as expected, which was unfortunate because I couldn't bet on this. I couldn't bet on this series winner. But I was hoping to get the Celtics at minus 200 or better to play for this series. I just think they are the superior team here, though I feel as though, nonetheless, the Dallas Mavericks have enough to win this series as well. At least it's not like last year where the Nuggets were, I think I played them at like minus 340 last year in the finals. At least on paper, it's a bit of a more even series. But once again, if you're in the chat, let me know what you have for this series, and we'll be ready to go. Hopefully, along the way, we can find some live bets that will, if we can. I'm already on a total, so I don't really love double dipping, but if a number presents itself, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Joining me today on the stream for the first quarter, we're going to have my co-host, typically, on this channel, and for the morning pick and roll live streams at Pips NBA from Twitter. Going to bring in his excellent basketball insight. It's awesome to have him for the first quarter as well, because he'll read the matchups right away, and within the first minute, first couple possessions, he's going to figure out the matchups and see what teams are looking for this game. After that, we have Drew Dinsick and Joey Knish confirmed to be joining at some point. They may anytime after the first quarter. They're going to be joining. And there's no set time, but be ready. Knish, Dinsick, at Whale Capper are going to be joining in later on in the show. But first quarter, it's going to be myself and Pips NBA. And excited again to hear that sort of insight. This is, well, it's nationally televised. It is an NBA Finals game. We are going to struggle to get this one to start on time. 8:30 was the scheduled start time Eastern time. That's in 7 minutes. I do not imagine we're starting within 10 minutes of that. Looking like we're about 22 minutes away from the start of this one. I don't like this. ESPN bet pick and roll. We slept on this. Rob, if you're watching, we slept on the trademark, the copyright. ESPN bet now has a segment called Pick and Roll. We definitely slept on that. Absolutely slept on that. We've been using it for 2 years. It's the big guys muscling us out of using our name. But maybe one day we'll muscle them out. We'll get there. You guys can help us get there as well. As I said, show your support here. Chris in chat. What's going on? Mavs in 7. Luka about to go nuclear. Please. I'm not going to hide any bias here. I wear this on my sleeve. I do not like Boston sports. I do not like the Boston Celtics. I would take anybody instead of the Boston Celtics. Absolutely not. Was there an SGP for today's game? We did have one in the pick and roll live stream, if that's what you're referencing, Buzzer Beater. I will pull it up right now for you guys on BetStamp, where we have it tracked. It's private, but it'll be public once it grades. But here's the bet that we have given out on the show on Monday. We did the show. It's Kyrie Irving, 20-plus points, and Drew Holiday under 15.5 points. We got that one at FanDuel. It was minus 120. Minus 120 for that. That is the SP. Well, actually, I am also sweating this because I also have money on this. Surely I bet that. I forgot to add that to my sweats. I forgot I bet this. Okay, Kyrie Irving, 20-plus points, and Drew Holiday under 15.5 points. That is what I am rolling with today. Okay, so I guess I have 4 bets that I'm going to be sweating over the course of the game, one of which is not going to grade today. That's okay. But I have the Celtics win the championship, or rather, an Eastern Conference team to win the championship at minus 110. It just so happens that Eastern Conference team is the Boston Celtics. Also, alongside with that, I've got over 214.5 for this game, which I got at -115. Luka Doncic and Jason Tatum, 25 plus points each at +125. And then the SGP that I just revealed to you guys a minute ago. So that is what we're rolling with here. And I'm not overly nervous about any of these. I'm not in on any of these at a significant amount that I'm going to be super sweaty for this one. I just hope we get a good basketball game, and I think we are going to be treated to that. So let's try to figure out what we're going to see from this one. So I think the Porzingis coming off the bench is more so a play just to keep the Celtics in flow and to make sure Porzingis is all good. Otherwise, I mean, I think Dallas got to be kind of licking their chops at this one. I think every team was probably thinking this, but finally a team that has a bigger opportunity to exploit it. Al Horford there, they're going to be hunting him. They got to be hunting him. They got to do everything they can to get him off the floor right away. And you know what? They said Porzingis has no minutes restriction. If that was really the case, would he not be starting? That would be my question here. So is it actually a case of Porzingis not having a minutes restriction, they just don't want to disrupt the flow, or is Porzingis not healthy? I think you got to attack Al Horford out the gate here. Really go at him, make life difficult over there, and see if he can hang. Absolutely see if he can hang. And if he can't, they'll bring in Porzingis, and guess what you do? You got to test the water and see if Porzingis can hang, because like I said, they said he's healthy, no minutes restriction, but he's not starting. So is that really the case, or are they just, you're just withholding information regarding the injury? Because, of course, you don't want to give any sort of edge or anything the other team can use against you. That's smart as a coach. But, yeah, I feel like if Porzingis is healthy, he's starting because he's a terrific defender. Really blossomed last season with the Wizards, and it was part of the reason why the Celtics were so keen to pick him up in the offseason. And he's been terrific, absolutely terrific for the Celtics this season. What's going on? Nanafiata, winner one. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it, guys. I'm ready for an exciting game here. Who you guys got? I think I still have the poll up. The poll is not up. I put a poll here. I'm going to put the poll up, and I want you guys to let me know who you got. Oh, it is up. My apologies. It is up. We got 16 votes. Celtics and Mavericks locked in at 50-50 on who you got. Make sure you guys have put your thoughts in the poll. Oh, are we actually we're doing a Bill Walton memorial. That's great. I also have Celtics and want the Mavs. That is my sentiment towards this game. Does anybody other than Boston fans want Boston to win? Is there anybody non-Boston? I'm not sure. But I do feel as though the Celtics will win this game. But my insight can often pale in comparison to our first guest, who's going to be here for the first quarter of the game. Pips, NBA, joins me for the first quarter. Thank you, Pips, for joining. It's very, very late in Croatia, where you are watching and where you are joining from. So thanks so much for joining in. How's the week going?
It was great week so far. The only thing I'm struggling with is last couple of days I went to bed early, so my body is in shock
Right.
right now. My eyes are like full of like sand and itchy, but I'll make it through it. So
I was about to say it's probably nice that you have the sleep schedule back under order, because usually for NBA games you're staying up late. Now you're actually getting proper sleep, but like you said, now you're not used to this, and you got
yeah,
to try and grind through.
and I actually forgot how my sleep affected my gym stuff, and now going back on good sleep, like what the fuck, where are these gains coming from?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How you feeling ahead of game one, especially with the information regarding Porzingis? Like 2 hours before the game, they said no minutes restriction. Hour before the game, he's coming off the bench. Any questions for you about his health, or do you think he's ready to go and they're just trying to keep the flow going with Al Horford?
Yeah, that's weird stuff saying like no minutes restriction and then just pulling him off the bench. I don't know what they're trying to do there. Horford will be food and defense against Luka and Kyrie. They will need to overhelp. So yeah, but I still think Porzingis gets good minutes, probably more minutes than Horford. I still think he'll play like 25 to 30 minutes tonight. So I don't know what they're trying to do with it, honestly. Maybe to start Horford more and then close with more minutes for Porzingis in the second half when it matters more. I don't know, but let's see. Probably like some very weird Mazzulla stuff. He usually
Yeah,
doing stuff like this.
I was thinking maybe it could be like a mind game sort of play, but you're the favorites here. You're 6.5 point favorites. Just put your best team out there, and you should win the game. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. Like, does Horford play like the first 2 minutes, come out, 6 minutes, come out? What's the strategy with Horford in there? But I was saying before he
Yeah,
came on, if I'm Dallas, it's music to my ears that Al Horford is in. Attack him out the gate. Just try to get those switches. Try to attack him. Try to get him in trouble. And then if you do, when Porzingis comes in, check his health. If he's go at him, make sure he's healthy. Because if he's not, then there's another weakness on the Celtics side of things.
I'll attack Porzingis no matter what. I will also
Well,
try to leave him wide open on the offense and see if he's being able
if
to
he's
make it.
healthy.
If he can, then close out, of course. But at first, if I am gambling on two guys to make threes, it's Jalen Brown and Kristaps Porzingis, of course.
Yeah, and where the Celtics have had issues, so they had issues against the Heat last year in the conference finals, where they had issues 2 years ago in the finals against the Warriors. Turnovers, Tatum and Brown turnovers. I don't think they've actually even been great in that metric in these playoffs. They just haven't really been punished. Dallas certainly a team that can punish there if they can get the right matchups in play.
Yeah, I mean, turnovers are not something unexpected against Miami defense and Cleveland defense. Those teams were just not close to good enough on offense
Yeah.
to do anything. But they played good defensive teams twice already. Miami and Cleveland are great defensive teams, even without Jared Allen. But then they played Pacers, who were a great offensive team, terrible defensive team. So we kind of saw them against a bunch of. Think they struggled a bit more against the good offense of Pacers, and now they are going against a team that can do a bit of both. So for first time this season, we'll see them in playoffs against teams good on offense and good on defense. So that will be a test for sure.
Are you still Celtics in 7? I think that was your prediction from Monday. Does that remain the case?
Yeah, I'm cheering from Dallas, obviously. So I hope Dallas in 6 or 7.
Everyone, I think
Yeah.
everyone is. I don't know. I
Eh?
was saying, I don't know anybody who's not cheering for the Mavericks.
I'm also not a huge guy, huge guy on like most people for Europe. I love Luca. I love Luca as his skills player, but I hate his on-court antics. I find him annoying a lot, and I hate watching games when he's playing, which is absurd considering how uh, talented he is. But yeah, and I don't like, didn't never like PJ Washington, never like Tim Hardaway Jr. So so many players in Dallas team, and I still hope they win. So
I guess that
on the other
speaks
side,
volumes to your
yeah, on the other
dislike for the
side,
Celtics.
I don't like Jalen Brown, but I do like Derek White and Drew Holiday and Porzingis and Horford. So if I'm looking at the players, I should probably cheer for the Boston, but I
Yeah,
just can't. Yeah.
it's the fan base. I mean, that's what it is. It's
I
the
would say
Boston
like
fan base in general.
hate their road to what like obviously they beat who is in front of them, but this is the easiest road to the championship game series ever, probably. And Yeah, well, recent years when the league is very competitive. Like I don't even look in like 90s or 80s. Like I don't care for
Yeah.
that
Okay.
at all. Since the league became very competitive, like when there are a lot of good teams, this season had tremendous amount of good teams on the West, some on the East that got hurt. So yeah,
I
uh,
can't. I can't.
Dallas on the other
Top of my head,
side,
think of one.
yeah,
An easier one.
Dallas on the other side, Wolves beat the Denver Nuggets, which is contenders. And then Dallas toys with Wolves, so huge credit there. Luka was playing hurt, obviously, in Thunder series. They still won. Now he got some rest, and that's the part Boston needs to be afraid of. What's Luka of so much rest?
Yeah. I. I'd be. He's the best player in the series. That's. Oftentimes, people feel as though if you got the best player in the series, like should be the favorites to win the series. That's not the case because Boston are so stacked, such a deep team, such a deep roster. But what we spoke about on Monday, when it comes to like the clutch situations, like you were saying Celtics in 7, but also you've got Luka in Game 7, you've got Kyrie in Game 7. If the Mavericks can keep it close, last 5 minutes, it's like a two possession game,
Yeah,
then you have to feel like they could easily give themselves the upper hand with the way they've been playing defense, and then just letting Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving do their thing. But specifically Luka, who was great in the Thunder series. It wasn't like Luka being Luka, but he was good in the Thunder series, and then the Wolves series outstanding. Even more rest going to this one. They haven't played in. It's got to be a week since the last time they played.
yeah. Which is also repeating great for Luka and great for Derek Lively. Probably even good for Kristaps Porzingis, but we'll see. And the thing about Celtics is their top two guys are not great. I mean they are great players, but so many other teams had better first options and second options. But their fourth, fifth, and sixth guy are just
Yeah,
better than any other team in
that's
the
it.
league by far. Yeah.
That's it.
You
Yeah,
have like
absolutely.
Derek White, Drew Holiday, Porzingis, and Horford as your third, fourth, fifth, and sixth best guy, and even Pritchard. Yep, that's big.
Yeah. You can clearly see where the Celtics have the edge. We both said fair price on this series. Celtics as the big favorite, but we're definitely not counting out the Dallas Mavericks. If you had to bet on a side, like let's say -120 Celtics, +170 Mavericks, which side would you take given the odds?
Probably on the Dallas. I think Celtics are favorite, but probably like 60-40. So you said 170
Yeah,
for
around there.
the
I don't know how
yeah
much is,
that's
but
that's I would say like 150 should be the right number for the Dallas.
really,
Yeah,
I was I'm on the other side. I think Boston. If I had to bet, I'd probably take Boston as the favorites here. I just they've been the best team. They continue to be the best
I
team.
mean I'm saying they are the 60% favorite in my opinion,
Yes, fair
just
enough.
not like
Fair enough.
67% favorite.
All right. I'm surprised we're all ready to go here for Game 1, which is tipped off at TD Garden. Here we go, everybody. Game 1 underway. I'm sure.
We need to
Uh,
match the game.
oh yeah, you want? Let's sync up the
Just a second, I
clocks.
need to relog in again. Just a
No
second.
problem. I'll watch here. Tatum in the corner. Horford. Pump fake. Step inside. Al Horford. First basket. I'm not sure many people had bet on Al Horford first basket, mainly because it wasn't clear if he was going to start. I don't even know if that would have been widely available. But Al Horford first basket of the NBA Finals. We are well and truly underway here. Kick out to Derek Jones. Can they get him going early? Yeah. Derek Jones 3. All right. That's got to feel good. Drew Holiday other way, and oh my goodness.
I mean,
Wow.
post ups like what the fuck is going on?
Wow. Drew Holiday answers another three. We got lightning out the gate here. We got it's electric at TD Garden.
And
Doncic fade
we
away.
have
No misses
Jalen
yet.
Brown and Luka Doncic as expected,
Yep, you said that on Monday.
and no help, which is surprisingly a bit.
Oh, I'm frozen here. Uh-oh. Sorry, I was frozen there. So mine lagged seconds. Sorry, I'm gonna close some stuff here. I'm gonna try to revive this. Okay, here we go. I'm at nope, still freezing. Sorry, everybody. I see Derek White for 3. It froze again.
You are late now. You were ahead of me, and now you are.
Yeah. I'm gonna try
behind.
to refresh here. I'm gonna refresh my tab here. I'm closing everything possible. Get this up
They're
again.
playing some kind of zone.
Come on. Who? Sorry, Boston.
Dallas on some possessions,
Dallas. Oh my goodness.
and they already allowed
never have
like
connection
10
issues like
wide
this.
open threes.
Maybe
This
a
is
quick
insane.
timeout.
They started the
Cards.
game and allowed like 10 wide open threes for Boston. They just missed everything.
Okay, still working to get this game back up. It is not loading. I may have to go on my phone.
I can comment a bit. We had Luka hunting
All right, here we
Horford.
go.
This is a big, huge series for Luka Doncic. Like if they allow him single coverage, man, oh man.
So right now, are they going single with Drew Holiday?
No, they're Jalen Brown on Luka. They're switching Horford on him outside.
Yeah, sorry. That's what I meant. Yeah, it was Jalen Brown.
Jesus,
Okay, I
like
think
they're
I'm
leaving
finally up and running again.
They're leaving wide. Like Celtics got wide open 3 every possession. That's not sustainable defense at all.
No. Yeah. Okay. Something's
So
going on
far,
with my.
looking ugly for Dallas on defense. I would say very ugly.
All right, I've got an alternate link up. I just saw Jalen Brown dunk it. It's 10-9, 8:42 on my clock. Where are you at time-wise?
8:20.
8:20. Okay, so you're quite a bit
I
ahead
can
here.
hold it. I will hold it at 8 and 10 seconds. Let me know when you got there.
I'm 15 seconds behind. I'm watching Drew Holiday kick out to Jalen Brown.
Tell
Layup
me
is good for
about
Holiday.
the minute.
4, 3, 2, 1, and play. And 8:10. All right.
Luka bringing the ball over. Jalen Brown, single coverage.
Horford.
A bit of switching Al Horford on Luka is insane.
They're looking for it and they're giving it to him. Didn't take advantage that
They
time.
want Luka to shoot outside, so that's what Celtics are trying to do. They will help when he starts to driving inside. Gafford on Tatum is also insane.
Horford 3.
Another wide open 3 for Horford. He already had 4.
Doesn't go. They seem content with that.
Yeah. This is terrible shot
by
from Kyrie.
Kyrie, and despite
Yeah, that's Kyrie.
hey,
this is
despite the
terrible
rough
shot.
start, they're only down by 1 here.
Yeah.
They're only down by 1 here. Can they get the turnover? They can. Can they get the foul as well? Is that clear path?
Yeah, that should be a clear path.
I feel like clear path doesn't exist. Every time I think it's going to be a clear path, it's not. Let's see.
Yeah,
that was not a good shot.
like,
No.
That's a terrible shot. Like, Derrick Jones was wide open in the corner,
But
and
it's Kyrie. It's Kyrie in the finals.
yeah, and the shot he took earlier was even worse. So I don't know what's happening, but if you get him aggressive, that's all we need to know. We need to
All right,
see.
so here we have Porzingis in 4 minutes, just under
Lively,
5 minutes into the game.
lively in as well.
Live as well. Kyrie, there's a good spot for Kyrie.
Yeah, he's
Dallas
aggressive,
lead
and
after all that.
yeah, love to see Kyrie being aggressive, no matter the quality of the shots. Okay,
Almost
okay,
on a
they
turnover
helped
there.
off Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday will have open shots in this series.
We have the bet from the Monday show with Holiday under, so hopefully no shot making there. We've
I
got
mean, he made
Kyrie 20
15.
plus points, solid so far, and
Yeah,
the Holiday under 15.5. We'll see.
yeah. Kyrie looking good. Expected him to be aggressive, even though he took terrible shots. Drew Holiday being lead scorer, not a good stuff, but he made, yeah,
Yeah, Drew Holiday on 5 had that 3 on the third possession of the game, and had that layup as well there.
yeah.
So far,
So far,
you feel like the
it
Celtics have the upper hand?
I mean that they're shooting 2 from 8 from three, while they get all 8 wide open, which is not sustainable, especially not at home. So not looking great on Dallas defense. Dallas made couple of tough buckets on the other end. They didn't get a single good look, or at least great. So far, not even though Dallas is up, I don't like the way they started this game. They need to
Does
figure
that
out the defense way better.
does that incline you to think about a live bet here at all?
No, not at all. Because I just hope Dallas can stick around. No matter the quality of the shot, just stick around until late into the game. So yeah. But
Right.
what I've seen is uh, Dallas is playing everyone but Tatum scoring.
Taking away Tatum, right?
Yeah. So far, I don't know if they change after this poor sequence of first 5 minutes,
Yeah.
but so far everyone but Tatum. They are leaving open Jalen Brown. Everyone. First one pass away, whoever it is, it will get wide open shot. They don't care. They left White open. They left Drew wide open. They left Brown wide open. They left Horford wide open.
So do you think they keep that? I mean, they're open, but they're not making shots. Do you think they keep up if that's the
So far,
case?
yeah. I mean,
Right.
if you leave this Boston Celtics teams with in a game with 40 wide open threes, you're going to lose like 99% of the time. So I don't know, like not 99, but 90+% of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Celtics got to make their
Yeah.
shots. We've seen in the past some horrific 3-point shooting nights from the Celtics, but they're seldom seen. It's not often that's the case. So
Yeah.
we'll see how they respond. I'm looking forward to see if Dallas make any changes here. I don't think Boston really had to tinker too much. Just limit the turnovers, knock down the open shots.
Yeah.
Who we have winning? We both are on. Oh, we both feel like the Celtics are going to win this series. I think they'll win in 6. Pips thinks they're going to win in 7. However, we both would like the Dallas Mavericks to win.
Yeah. Just sticking around. That's all that it matters for the Dallas. They
Yes.
can play way better on both sides. So first 5 minutes were not great either side. They
No
can play
doubting.
better. So I hope they a bit of a shock maybe for just first game of finals early.
Yeah. All right, back in it here. Porzingis still on the floor. We'll see what condition he's in health-wise as well in the next few minutes.
We need to
Sync up again.
match up again.
Okay. Jaylen Brown, he's shooting free throws. First free throw is in. You ahead of me or behind me?
Right there, he made the first one. Now
Yeah.
I would say when ball goes in for the
All right.
second one, and it's in.
All right. You're a second ahead of me.
Okay, it should be done now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Doncic
Luka
coming
brings the
floor. So
ball.
again, Brown matching up. They're getting to switch onto Tatum here from Lively.
Yeah, they are stop switching, trapping Hedge with Jesus.
Oh, Luca.
Another
Oh my God, Luca.
yeah, another
Uh,
tough shot from
was
Luka.
looking for the Porzingis matchup there, got it, and exploited it
Lively
quickly.
on Tatum,
So you're right. They
and he's doing great job.
great job defensively. Kick out the White. They're just limiting Tatum here, but
Yeah,
Derek White hits the three. They're
otherwise
limiting Tatum, but they're
another
leaving the
wide
shots
open.
open.
Another wide open too. That's not good.
Dallas are earning every point. Boston not as much.
I
Derek
mean, they
Jones.
are leaving wide open Derrick Jones here. Another wide open three
Derek
for
White
White.
open for three. Makes it again. Back-to-back open threes for Derek White.
Every three was open. Like all 10 threes were wide open for Celtics so far.
And starting to hit him.
This is a very good pass from Luka.
Nice defense by Porzingis.
Yeah, his size there it will be crucial for Celtics. Switching
So
Luka onto
Lively's at
Porzingis.
like point of attack. This is nuts. Porzingis, good defense by Luka. Oh, I thought it was good defense. They call a foul.
Yeah, clear foul. And Luka complaining, of course.
Do they show? They're not showing timeouts. Who took that first timeout? Was that Boston because they're home?
I don't know why teams are so afraid of Tatum. He is shot like crazy poor in the series. Leaving wide open threes because you want to stop Tatum is
Yeah.
completely out of
What I
the
would
way.
think is I want to dare him to play ISO and kind of
Yeah.
take the mid-range
This is
shots.
so wrong, like on so many levels. Like, of course, you don't want him to get to the rim, but you just sag off a little bit and let him shoot some mid-range and threes.
Yeah. I completely agree. That would be my method here. This is surprising.
They gave 10 wide open threes in first 6 minutes of the game because they are over-helping on Tatum.
Yeah, they're afraid. Boston 4 of 10 from 3 so far.
These substitutions are not NBA Finals kind of substitutions.
Doncic, step back 3, big shot there. Sam Hauser in the game. You didn't have to disrespect Sam Hauser like this.
No, it was for both players for Dallas.
And Hardy.
Hardy and
Green.
George Green. Yeah.
I think they're decent, but yeah, you're right. We're
NBA Finals minutes, nah, not that defense, not that decent.
Doncic working on Hauser here.
With yeah.
Wow, Hauser gets to steal off Doncic.
Also, yeah. Also,
Celtics
Kyrie sitting
right
out
back.
so early in the finals is such a poor decision from I think just he will return when they get
terrible shot.
Yeah. He will return when they are down 10 plus.
Hey, they're hanging in this game, man. They're making shots here. They're sticking around. Yeah, why are you going at Porzingis like that, PJ? That's the PJ I know. That's Charlotte PJ right there.
Yep.
Porzingis looks healthy. By the way, I think that's pretty clear. Is that Kleba in the game?
Maybe if he was even healthy for the last series, they just didn't need him.
That's true. Porzingis wide over 3 because they double Tatum.
I would still consider that as a win. Porzingis getting a 3. That was a bit of off balance. Oh, okay, this is cooking for Luka.
Doncic step back over Hauser, no good.
Yeah, they left Hauser on him. Like the way the Celtics are defending Luka should be the way Dallas defends Tatum.
single coverage, dare him to make big shots.
Yeah, they're like contest, but nothing crazy. Just
Make him work, and if he gets buckets, he has to work very hard for every
yeah.
bucket. Tough to do that for the entire game for a guy like Luka.
This
Even
is like 10th pick and roll set from Luke. Jesus,
wow,
Josh Green, what the
they left
fuck
Green
is
wide
this?
open there. Fortunate bounce in the
This
corner.
is
Luka way off
stupid.
though. Wow, good. Josh Green had no idea what to do with the ball. Tatum, tough shot, no good. Pushing it here with Hardy. 3:13 to go in the first. Hardy at the rim. Another tough shot. This is bad basketball, man. This
Yeah,
is an NBA Finals. This is
I don't know what to expect from like lineup with Josh Green, Hardy, and Kleba like in the
fair
NBA
enough.
Finals.
Fair enough.
They
I
need to play
wouldn't.
Luka and Kyrie 45 minutes. I don't see anything else. It's finals.
Almost a full bench lineup here for the Mavericks in the NBA Finals.
And it's
And
not
already going
it's
four
terrible
deep off the
bench
bench.
also.
Four deep off the bench. I don't think they really need to do that. Go three. Even
I mean,
seven.
Kleba makes
Consider.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If he's healthy, I like Cleveland.
Kleba does make sense for me personally.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if you need both Hardy and Green involved.
These Hardy minutes are so painful. I don't like him as a player at all. Like decision making is like G League type, not NBA Finals type. Porzingis is killing them.
The big
Yeah,
shot for Porzingis,
he's
10-point
healthy
game. Yeah.
and he's a problem.
Porzingis is healthy. I was just curious if he's healthy. They didn't start him. They said no minute restriction. That didn't start him, but clear out the gate that he's healthy. So that's a scary sight for the Mavericks, especially if they're gonna leave guys open.
Yep. They will lose the math first. They will shoot double the amount of threes than Mavericks. They will have higher quality of the shots, and that's it.
So you were mentioning the entire game that Boston were a superior team. Dallas were kind of fortunate to be hanging around, and yeah, now we're at a 10-point game here. What does Dallas do does Dallas adjust here? Do you think? Because they're not getting good shots, and
I don't know what's the point of having Tatum at 0 points while everyone else is murdering them on wide open threes, like or shots. No need to overhelp on Tatum so much. That's the adjustment they need to make. Like
so we've got Tatum on 0 points, as you said, but Horford's got 5, Holiday's got 5, White's got 5, Brown's got 4, Porzingis has 8. Yeah, Tatum's got 3. I mean, Tatum's Tatum's comfortable just not being the main guy. He's had to do that a lot this season. I think it's a strong testament, if you will, to Tatum as a winner that he's comfortable to play like this. But he's taken one shot. The Mavericks feel as though this is the way to go. I would be playing him the exact opposite, honestly.
yeah,
And
don't like this from Kid at all.
it's cooking them right now. Yeah. Do you think Jason Kidd switches off this, or do you think he's stubborn and tries to keep it going?
I don't know if he changes in the game one, but if they lose by like 30, then he'll for a fact need to change for game 2.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if if Dallas can get back into it. I also, like I said, I never love 4 bench lineups. You're in an NBA Finals game 1. First of all, I don't think you need 4 guys off the bench to play, period. But if they are going to play, I don't think they all need to play at the same time. That's another bold move.
They're trying to have 2 ball handlers at all time with Jaden with Hardy. maxically, but does make sense to play
Yeah,
side the floor and do something. So I don't know, George Green minutes. Then you have Gafford and Lively. It's not like even six deep because they're like same
fair
type of
enough.
player, like
They're
similar
split. Yeah,
skill set. So you just
fair
spread
enough. Fair
their
enough.
minutes. So yeah, we'll see. I think they need to change something. That's I mean, if you look at this Porzingis baskets,
I'm looking.
easy stuff for him. And
His
decision making
defense
from
been
Jaden
great.
Hardy, attacking Porzingis inside.
Man, they've missed this defense. Porzingis, if you didn't know already, Porzingis is a very good rim protector.
Yeah,
And
he's
again, takes that
skilled.
away. All right, out of timeout. Let's see how Dallas responds. I've got 205, 204, 203 on my clock. Hardy trying to ISO on Drew Holiday. He got a ridiculous
Terrible stuff.
bank. Oh
Terrible
my
stuff.
God, he tried to ISO Holiday. Got the bank to go.
If they continue with this stuff, this will be over really quick.
Man, I know it's only 10 minutes. You watch this team. How did they beat the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5 games as Tatum
And
gets
this,
himself going?
yeah, this is. And then you have Drew Holiday to fight against Kyrie. Another terrible shot.
Porzingis 3. They're cooking. Oh boy. 14-point game.
Yeah. Bring back
Wow.
Luka Doncic and play another terrible shot
Porzingis
by
block.
Kyrie.
Oh my God. Man, this team got to the finals without Porzingis, and now they're here with him. This is incredible. Hauser 3. Another timeout, Dallas.
Nope.
3 straight. Is that 3 straight threes? 23-5 run for the Celtics. I mean, that's 3 straight threes.
That,
17-point game in the first quarter of the NBA Finals.
Did
Hardy
you just
settling for
seen
3.
the three Hardy took
Yeah,
on this crazy run?
2 for 1. He went 2 for 1, which it's a 0 for 2 if you
Did
treat it
you
like
watch
this.
LeBron
Yeah,
speaking
yeah, I know.
on
Exactly. It's what
yeah,
LeBron says. 2 for
yeah.
1 makes sense if you're in rhythm, but know the moment here. Boston on a run. Why are you giving them the ball back early? Well, it worked out. They got a turnover here. Can Josh Green make use of it? Porzingis chase down block. Pritchard deep 3 doesn't go. That would have blown the roof off the place. End of the first quarter, 37-20. And Pips, out the gates, you were saying this could be a problem if Dallas defend like this. It's a problem. Anyway, back for Dallas here before we let you sign off.
Game 1, I don't see it.
Wow.
It's terrible
How good is
stuff.
Porzingis, man? Sensational first quarter. Pips, thank
Yeah,
you so
this
much.
is
Oh, go ahead.
Porzingis masterpiece first quarter, and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He came in, completely changed the game, and confirmed he is healthy. All right. Thanks so much for joining for the first quarter, Pips. In the late night hour, what is it, 3 a.m. right now?
Yeah.
3:04 in the morning in Croatia. You staying up for the game still?
I'm going to sleep like
Go
a
to sleep,
baby in
watch
like
the game in the
5
morning?
minutes. Yeah.
Fair enough. Thank you so much for joining, ruining your sleep schedule for us. We really appreciate it. Get some sleep. We'll catch you next time.
Good luck, guys.
See you, man. All right. I had Kanish in the back room there. He'll be joining us in just a moment here. But first quarter, guys. Yeah, this is a problem. This is a problem for not only the Celtics haters, but the people who wanted to watch a good basketball game. This is bad on both fronts here. Mr. Bro, I kind of agree with you here. I would always try the Mavs win because they're the best player of the series. That can only be true. Like they can only win in that setting. That can only be true if they keep it close. We said it at the start. If the Mavericks stay in it and in the fourth quarter they're there, yeah, that's where it can shine through. But if they are like out of it 12 minutes into the game, then there's nothing they can do. They set up incorrectly defensively, and all the momentum was with Boston. As a result, they set up to let just double Tatum on everything. He's smart. He's making the right passes. I commend Tatum for the way he's playing. He's playing fantastically, doing an excellent job at engaging the second defender on the drive, and an excellent job at finding the open man. I mean, it's one thing to have an open guy, another thing to fire a good pass his way so consistently. He's got 3 assists, had that ridiculous 3, and it's no surprise Tatum leads the way at plus 17. Well, he played the entire quarter, that's why he's plus 17. But good things are happening because of Tatum, and more good things are happening because of Kristaps Porzingis, who's got 11 points, 3 rebounds this one, 2 blocks already. And if he's not blocking the shot at the rim, he is altering it. He is deterring it as well. Yeah, trouble on the horizon for the Dallas Mavericks. Perhaps trouble on the horizon for the Board YouTube channel, because our second guest of the evening has joined us here, Joey Knish from the hot tub.
Yeah, my man. Hey,
Oh my
KP. What's going on? We got the game going on there on the tub. How's the sound on this? They wanted to make sure I don't know. I can.
Honestly, it might be better than your normal setup. It's actually coming through pretty clear.
I was gonna say, when you get people used to a terrible mic, I can take a call from freaking Mars or anywhere and be like, it doesn't sound too bad.
That's true. You set the expectations really low, and
that's really the story of my life. Set the expectations low and slightly overachieve, and people think you're doing something special.
Absolutely. You've been watching. What'd you make of that first quarter?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, so some guys I know bet Boston series price before the series. I did not partake because I was like, with Porzingis. As soon as I saw the first, I jumped in on some minus 250, minus 260 series price.
Really?
If he's gonna be okay. I mean, I don't want to kill I wouldn't say this if I was on the broadcast, but the series is a wrap. Like, I mean, that was the whole shtick, right? Is like, if you got to play Al Horford and, Brissett and some, guy from Charlestown 40 minutes a night, then maybe you got a series. If KP's going to look like that, what are we doing here?
Yeah, that was pretty spectacular. I mean, they said no minutes restriction. Then they said he's coming off the bench. So I was like, hey, I guess, is he actually healthy? He's healthy. He's healthy.
I admit, I thought the fact that he didn't play at all in the Pacers series, they were bringing him off the bench tonight. I was like, okay, he's definitely not close to, 100% if they weren't going to give him any run. And then he looks like freaking, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the first quarter there. So I don't know. I mean, I guess could he re-aggravate it? Could it be a good sure, but I mean, Mavs are in a tough spot, because to me that was the whole advantage you had, was that Porzingis, maybe if he's out, you got nobody behind him, and then maybe you got a series. But also, if Boston's going to shoot like this, then what are we doing? But I mean,
they're open. Yeah. That's the thing. If they want a shot, they're getting it right now.
Yeah, it's if Porzingis was totally healthy, and this is what I was asking myself, is like, what series price would I have laid, assuming the Porzingis injury was a like assuming he was 100%, that's never happened. I think this would have been more minus 300, minus 350, maybe even a little bit more than that. So seeing that in the first quarter, it was like, well, I'm probably gonna be a buyer here before those prices are around. And again, anything can happen, but this game seems heavily weighted one way.
Yeah, it's 42-25 now. Dallas at the line. Dallas have not been able to get good looks at all. They are laboring for every single basket.
Yep.
Boston,
Yep.
It is just so casual and comfortable right now. They're in cruise control. They were cruise control the entire playoffs. They're still in cruise control in game one here.
My goodness. I just an absolute tomahawk by Jaylen Brown there.
Oh, yeah. You're a bit ahead of me. But
yeah, that almost got me out of the hot tub after that one. I mean, this is these two teams couldn't look any farther apart through 15 minutes here. Did Pips have anything, or do you have anything on Finals MVP?
Didn't end up taking anything Finals MVP. Would if I was choosing, I would pick Tatum, which actually doesn't look fantastic in the early stages of Game 1. But no Finals MVP. Are you on anything?
I played a little Tatum early. There was some decent guy I know wanted some fill, so we bought a little bit when it was closer to plus 100. But I tend to, I mean, I don't know. I would have to double check with you can get live, but I mean, I agree. Through one quarter, I would you'd have Brown and Porzingis ahead of him on the ladder. So obviously, long series to go, but. Yeah, I thought he'd be a little bit more, I would say, assertive in this series with Brown getting what I thought would be the Luka assignment. But we'll see how. Again, we don't want to overreact to 15 minutes here, but it's been a pretty.
And even if Dallas loses, it's Game 1. I mean, there's plenty of time to recover after this, but it doesn't look good.
No, it does. It's not how you wanted to start the finals. But I'm gonna try and find some live prices here and not knock the TV into the hot tub. But
I'll pull up some live lines for the game here. There we go. So I'm on over 214.5 for this game. So I mean, I just hope it's not a blowout that kills that, but. We'll see. Live line 218.5, 219 at Pinnacle. Live spread 16.5, 17.5.
A little bit of live under would probably interest me at the moment here as I'm getting set up, but
I'd agree.
I could kind of see, unless you get a Dallas run here before half to get it close to 10 or something, the second half might be. A little bit of a slower.
The only thing is, I don't think rest will come into play as much. It's 2 days off, so I wonder how like Jason Kidd will probably be pretty reluctant taking his guys out. Like it's probably going to be fourth quarter before he considers resting guys.
Yep, no, that's fair. Did Pips have any? Is he on any player props for the tonight? Were you guys on any pregame?
Yeah, we have Kyrie Irving 20+ and Drew Holiday under 15.5 SGP.
Okay.
Kyrie had a good start, but
it's one of those where they got to keep it in range for him to keep.
Yeah, so he's on 6. He's 3 of 9. He's taken plenty of shots, but they got to keep it somewhat close. Holiday's on 5. He had that early 3, then he had a layup, but nothing since. So we'll see. Some play. I'm also on. I have since pre-playoffs I had Eastern Conference to win the championship. So if the Celtics win, I have that -110.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's a nice. I had to take a little. Almost some emotional edge, especially I'm gonna have to clean up the old Twitter before the Celtics win this championship here because
I did say it was my way of betting on the Celtics without actually putting money on the Boston Celtics. I could not bring myself to bet on the Boston Celtics, so I went, okay, I'll indirectly bet on them here and bet on the Eastern Conference to win the championship.
That's I like it there because And the thing is, you know what? And credit to the Mavs, but I think in terms of teams the Celtics would have had a lot more trouble with. I would have had Denver and Minnesota above Dallas in terms of teams that I like matchup wise to beat Boston. And especially after what I'm seeing here.
Porzingis, man.
That just
honestly.
I mean.
Maybe he was healthy in the Pacers series, but they just figured, what's the point?
I mean, it's hard not to think that at that moment where it's like, okay, the guy probably could have played if it was going to be a series, but I thought, I had the total opposite train of thought of like, oh, well, maybe he really isn't if they're not going to give him any minutes, but yeah, he's like Finals MVP right now. So yeah, I think the old cast's feeling pretty good.
If he makes this, oh my god, oh my god, Porzingis.
Yeah, this is. I mean,
21-point
he's
game.
shooting like contested 21-footers. Like
Yeah,
the
that was
Bill
a heat check.
Walton shirt was a nice.
Look, he's taking a normal jump. Like, okay, it's you can say it's contested, but Josh Green is nowhere near that.
Yeah,
The one in Derek Jones, now that was contested. Porzingis on 15 points, 6 of 8 shooting, 3 rebounds, 2 blocks here. Good grief.
Yeah, it's not what you wanted to see if you're not a Celtics backer / fan / hater.
I do not. Yeah, I do not want to live in the world where the Celtics are NBA champions. But
no, but it feels like it's only a few games away at this point.
I mean, it looks like it's 3 games away.
Right,
at this point. That would be even worse if they win the championship and lose 2 games in the process. That'd be even worse.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Where does it? I don't know. It's one of those titles that everything came up. Like, you still get the ring. Everything came up Boston, and it's what. But like, at the end of the day, you can't. It just is what it is. Tough to stomach for the people that aren't exactly on the Boston bandwagon, but sometimes you need some breaks, or you need every break imaginable that you could possibly get and get it all in the same year. So
yeah, every champion has a bit of luck involved, of course.
Yeah, and that I mean that it's like you just need that one ring, like in terms of this core, like the Jokic ring, like the Giannis ring, like you just need that one ring to kind of solidify yourself and get it like gets the heat off you forever.
Yeah,
like,
think about Jokic 13 months ago, the discourse around him, couldn't play defense in the playoffs.
Right.
The Nuggets could not win with him as their best player
right.
because of that. And then now everybody knows he's the best player in the world.
Yeah, or Kawhi without the Toronto ring. Like, I mean, it's like these guys, Tatum, Tatum crap's going to be like, oh, well, now all that discourse goes out the window forever. So, which is unfortunate especially when, you're really, like hating on Celtic players, Celtic fans. Mark Wahlberg's jumping around all happy. Like, this is tough. I'll be lying. If this doesn't get a little closer, I'll be lying if I'm tuning into the second half. I'll be watching the stream, but I won't be,
listen, there may not be a stream unless CEO Rob Pizzola has other plans and forces me to watch the fourth quarter here. But he is shocked that you were in a hot tub. Honestly, I didn't want to say it, but when we started, I was like, wow, Kish is a hot tub. Good for him.
hey, hashtag big hot tub guy, baby. I tell you what. As I know you're younger than me, but as you get a little older, you start not. You get out of bed in the morning, you don't feel as great, and so the old hot tub's a nice adder.
Listen, I don't live in Detroit. I'm in Canada here, where I'm in Toronto specifically, where owning property is going to become very tough. So owning a hot tub is even tougher.
Yeah, exactly. The cost of living in Toronto is a bit higher than Detroit. So yeah, you could, I mean, yeah, I might, flip this hot tub for, 3X up in Toronto. But yeah, here we go for we got a little palm tree
action. Very nice.
Yeah. Hold on, we got some more planting going on over there. So it's not just Joey Tubbs, baby. Joey Garden side. I might have a little. We still.
Are we going to see the real homeowner run out in a few minutes to kick you out of his house?
It's like, hey, check out was at 7 p.m., buddy. Get the fuck out of here. Be like,
the Airbnb.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Be like, oh, sorry, I thought I had this for another night, but yeah, it's it's a must as you get. Honestly, they're also not as. I mean, no, if you're maybe in Toronto, they're not as crazy expensive as you think, but that buying property in Toronto though is a different story.
Yes.
Where do you live with the? Where's your? You got a man cave or where? Like, what's the Jake living situation here?
I live with my girlfriend. We rent an apartment.
Okay.
2 bed, and one of the beds is just the content dungeon.
Oh,
Man
yeah. I
cave.
can't believe she lets you get away with that. I tell you what, you might want to put a ring on. That's not too many women. I'd be cool with that. What's the total
Yes.
square footage of the apartment?
I think it's between 7 and 8, probably upper end of that range.
700-800.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, listen, I was having it in the group chat with one of the group chat I was talking the other day. It's a little tight. Now, 2 bedrooms is nice because you got your separate space.
Yeah.
Yeah, being in that tight of a space can make it a little tough on the relationship. I tell you, I mean,
Well, it hasn't. It's been 13 months now, so
hey,
works out.
yeah, I mean, hey, 13. Listen, here's to another, 13 years
Sorry,
after
I
that.
meant 13 months in the space. It's been.
Oh, you guys been together way longer, but 13 in
Yeah,
this space.
it's been 4 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you probably would have killed each other by now if it was gonna happen. So yeah, that
Honestly, the space is fine. It's plenty. If we got to get out, like we're in downtown Toronto, I can walk 5-10 minutes and go wherever I need to go.
yeah. It's not like downtown Windsor where Joey K frequents, which some interesting people
It is
down
not
there.
downtown Windsor. I do not relish my drives when I go to the States through that border.
And then listen, maybe this is because of seeing downtown Detroit for most of my life. It doesn't really. I see some people and they're like, "Oh my God, what has happened to Windsor? It is just a." And I'm like, I don't know. I feel more at home here, to be honest with you. I cross the border and yeah. Also, Canada does. Nobody has a gun, so if some crackhead runs up to me, worst that's gonna happen is gonna punch him in the face and get the hell away from me. You know what I'm saying? On the other side of the border, you might not have as much luck with it. You know what I'm saying? So
What happened to Joey Lib? What's all this gun talk?
well, listen. Well, I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying that I don't feel like you see a bunch of Windsor crackheads, and I'm like, have a nice day, people.
You can tell the game is going, everybody. It's 58-31. This is our conversation because this game's cooked. This game's absolutely cooked.
Now, did you ever do the Windsor nightlife when they had the bar street and everything? Were you? Was that a no?
No. Windsor's far.
What's
Why would it be in
what's
Windsor?
what's the drive for you?
Windsor. I believe it's a 4-hour.
Oh, right. Oh, I didn't know it was that. I thought no wonder.
4. It's either 4 or 2. I don't know why I'm mistaking it here. Let me just double check.
It was so when I was a young man. Obviously, you could go over here. Okay, yeah, that's too far to go unless you're staying at Caesars or something. But yeah, I mean, everybody went over when it was you could drink at 19 and you could cross the border. So it was.
There's an appeal there for you because you can't drink in
in
the U.S.
Right,
so go there.
But that's what I'm saying. Every people, and it used to be kind of insane. And then over COVID, the whole Windsor scene died.
Really?
The whole bar district went to shit.
Is it just because they didn't get the Americans that came over anymore?
Yeah, yep. And so I think it all now it used to be legitimately not like Mardi Gras or anything, but a whole bar district street. And now there's nothing. Now it's pharmacies and I don't know mom and pop shops and a bunch of crap. And so yeah, it's unfortunate.
No. If you're in Canada, if you want to go drink, you go to Quebec because in Quebec it's 18. So
oh, is it really?
Yeah. So if you go to Quebec, which is even further than Windsor, if you go to Quebec though, it's 18. So it's Ottawa's just across a bridge from Quebec. So if you're ever in Ottawa, I don't know why you would be, but
right.
You go
I
across.
have. Yeah, I know. I don't like going to Windsor as much. But you think I'm going to go to Ottawa? Go back here? I mean, Pizzola keeps trying to get me up to Toronto, and I said, everyone I talk to in Toronto pisses me the hell off. You think I'm going to drive 4 hours to go up there and get more triggered? But I'm sure I'll make it at some point.
The only thing in Toronto is just the cost of existing in Toronto.
Yeah.
Is just like if you go to a bar, if you go to a restaurant, like I leave Toronto and go somewhere else, and I go I cannot believe the prices. I was in Montreal a few weeks ago, and I could not believe some of the prices at restaurants. I'm just so accustomed to the Toronto scene. I guess it's anywhere with like a capital city.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking a couple years ago, the difference between like Manchester versus London. It's just like you just cannot believe the London prices. That's how people feel when they come to Toronto. But I'm immersed in it every day, so I'm used to it.
Yeah. Now, what about you? You and the girlfriend gonna get a house in the burbs or something? How far out you got to get to start, getting something that's reasonable?
I mean,
you far?
Yeah,
like back?
probably an hour north is where you start to get into like consideration. You get into Barrie, Ontario range.
Oh boy.
But, I mean, Toronto just works for, for instance, the Hammer. We're looking to expand, guys. Toronto is the central location to wherever the expansion does come. I'm not gonna spoil things, but we're working on stuff behind the scenes here. So
how far are you from Pizzola?
God, Pizzola lives in the middle of nowhere. There is like, if I have a car, it's fine. It's like 30-minute, maybe 45-minute drive. But he lives in the middle of nowhere for public transit. Like you cannot access Pizzola by public transit. It's horrible. So I'm about 20-minute walk from our studio space if ever needed. But yeah, Pizzola's house, middle of nowhere. But
what about Zach?
Infrequent. Zach's like 10-minute walk from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a nice. Well, yeah. I mean, he's chasing the broads around in downtown Toronto there at the
yeah.
So
we're just in a spot where wherever we need to be, like we can access that.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's a good location. I don't mind. I don't mind the apartment. I'm fine with it for now. Like I'm comfy, not locked into anything. So no complaints.
Yeah, it's a solid. I mean, hey, if you got a nice spot and the girlfriend gives you the full second bedroom for the studio, hey, I mean, you can't have any complaints there.
I am moving soon, but
what?
Like 10-minute walk from here, but landlord was moving back in here, so moving about 10 minutes away. So that's the only issue with renting, is that could creep up. But
yeah.
Going into a rental building, so that won't happen next time. But yeah, a couple months have to do that. And people who live in Vancouver, it might have it worse. Well, it's also they get worse. It might be worse than Toronto. I've heard some horror stories about Vancouver as well.
Well, I tell you what, if you want to live a little bit more affordable, I can get you a job set up here, get you a green card, and
I get myself a hot tub.
You can have I was gonna say the hot tub. I will say though that even it's gone up everywhere in America, but even the property here has gone a little crazy. But it's definitely not Toronto prices around Metro Detroit. I'll tell you that.
No, it's not.
That's good, and hence I can fake living like a rich guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I got. Let me see what the live title.
Yeah, I haven't looked at.
I was gonna look at live.
In a while.
It was like -320, -350 the last time I checked. Celtics to win the series. What is it now?
They are up by 50-38 now. Live spread is 20.5. At this point, sorry, that may not be. Yeah, 21. Sorry for the last spread.
21. Celtics. I got -375 and minus.
I don't really see how you can find an edge on a spread right now. it's just so difficult to predict play time.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, kind of what's going to happen. I mean, at this point, I would kind of lean towards that early third quarter if Mavs are still 25 plus out, that they just call it a game.
You think? I mean,
You think it'll go a little deeper? I mean, yeah, as you said, the extra rest and stuff, and
it's
the
2 days
final.
rest.
Yeah, maybe they had. I mean, they had a couple massive comebacks in the playoffs already, so maybe they give them the full third quarter.
I struggle to see a team give up in the third quarter of an NBA Finals as Porzingis. What, are there any live Finals MVP markets? What's Porzingis?
I was going to say I was looking for it. I don't see it, but
he was. I think he was 5th pre-series behind Kyrie. I think he's like plus 3,000 ish.
Oh, really? Like 30-1?
I think.
I mean, you probably because he wasn't even seeded. He didn't even start the game.
I think he was around. I think he was around 30-1, if I remember correctly.
I mean, you talk about the ultimate hoodwink there. They don't even start him, and the guy plays most of the half. It's like the best half of his career.
Maybe it was mind games. I have no idea. Porzingis. So at one spot, he was plus 3,500 pre-series. And look, there's a long way to go. This is only game 1. You know, where it's not halftime of game 1.
You bet that you're set up real nice because he's probably like 5-1 after.
He's 35-1. Yeah. Back from injury, he's got, what's he at now? 18 points on 7 of 9 shooting. Yeah.
Yeah. He's he had the Walton shirt going. He had it all. He had it all happen. Is Whale
teammates there?
Whale jumping on for the second half?
What was that?
Whale jumping on for the second half?
Yeah, I don't know if he will anymore, but maybe he'll come in for a little bit just because he said he would.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I wasn't streaming, I don't know if I'd do much with watching the second half. I guess I do have the over in this game.
Okay.
214.5. That looks really bad right now because the quality of the game is going to drop. That was really, it was really good pre-game. It closed 216.5, but yeah. We're in trouble with a lot of these bets here. Is Kyrie's still on 6? He had 6 early. He's still on 6. He's minus 21. He's 3 of 9. Yeah, a lot of these could be a problem.
Yeah. You're gonna need a real quick run, like a big Mavs first 5 minutes. Out of
just something to keep the game going.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 24. Let's see if they get a bucket here. And then it'll dictate like how they start the second half. If they come out firing away, let's see. Doncic step back 3. Big shot. They got to stop here. They're down 21. You go on like a nice 6-7-0 run to start the second half.
Then you got a ball game right there. You're not throwing a foul at that.
Tatum step back 3. All right. 21. I mean, it was creeping up to 30.
Yeah.
But now that we're here, it's 21.
Yeah. You're not out of the game yet here. I agree. At 30 at half, you're looking at like this. You get a quick run out of halftime. You got a ball game. So.
Yeah, you try to win win the third quarter by 10 or so. Go into the fourth, 10 or 11 points, and that's manageable. Absolutely.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take it before I sweat it all out here. I'm gonna take it. It was good chatting with you as always.
Of course.
Go Mavs, baby. Give me a little
Go Mavs. You know what would be even better than just the Mavs winning in game 1 is doing it down by 30 points.
Yeah.
In the TV.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Great. Put the arrow through the city of Boston's heart here with a big comeback. So.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining. Enjoy the rest of your night, and maybe the rest of the game if you continue to watch.
Talk to you, brother.
So yeah. All right. That was Joey Knish from the hot tub, and yes, saw him come in with a hot tub. Wow, got the hot tub. Good for him. You get a little every time you see Knish, you get a little bit of a further bit of insight into who he is behind the scenes, who is behind the alias, and that's what you get here with the hammer. Every little detail every now and then. But that's what we got for today. You guys learned a little bit about how to make sure you can get your alcohol if you're in. I guess we're not super far apart. It would take me like 4 hours to drive to where he is. But yeah, you never know what you're going to get when you get to these watch parties here. And you never know what you get with the NBA because you think you have a fun game one ahead and it's a blowout in the first half. My goodness. Graham, we're glad to have you here. Thank you so much for dropping in here. We had to promote the hot tub. I knew people were going to come through to see the hot tub. And you know what? When Knish says he's going to join the stream, first of all, you never know if he's going to join. He says he's going to join, then, fourth quarter rolls around, he still hasn't joined. You never know. Second of all, you don't know where he's going to be joining from. He can do the Thanksgiving stream from his bed and give out Lions everything, which would have turned into whatever you bet you would have lost no matter what. He can do it laying down from his couch. He can do it from the hot tub. But you know what? What's good about the hot tub is that he did not use the grand piano fake background. So maybe, maybe he's got that, You never know. You never know what you get. And that's why it's so popular when Knish does join in on the stream. We'll have to see if we can get Knish to do a Monday hit the books from a hot tub as well. Well, I'll put a word in with producer Zach to try and make that happen. With our next guest here, and this is not a knock at all. You do know typically what you're gonna get from him, and perhaps that's a good thing. We have variety here. Not a loose cannon, but we do bring in Drew Dintig. Thank you so much for joining. I was questioning if you'd actually join after the first half we saw, but considering the blowout we have here, but how goes the game for you so far?
I look, man. The only hesitation I had about joining is I don't want to jinx a good thing. This is kind of exactly what I had hoped we would see in this particular game, and I mean, there's a lot of series left, but needed this. Needed this to be a little bit sweat free. My guts were in a blender as we were getting started. This is I'm uncomfortably staked to the Celtics at this point, and need them to get this series home.
We have Milf Hunter here at Celtics Capper is the new handle. What do you want specifically with the Celtics? Game one? Is it series prices?
Series prices was the biggest match I got, and it was I was running my mouth for a good week that the series price just didn't make sense at -210. Can't math it out.
What's awesome about having a full week off before the finals that you have to double, triple, quadruple down because you're doing content. You have to keep talking about this series.
Yeah.
So and keep running your mouth about it.
Enough people hear you say that stuff. Enough people come out of the clouds and say, "Hey, man, if you're so confident, I'd love some big free Mavs if you want some big free Celtics." And I came into the cycle when we knew the matchup, and I had bet a lot of Celtics futures preseason, All-Star, Christmas, All-Star break. Like, the more data came in, it was like, this is crazy. They're so much better than the next best team in the East. Embiid gets hurt. I was like, okay, fine. Blasting Celtics. Like, the preseason they were slight favorites over the Bucks in the East. And I was just like, what are we doing? Like, this can't be right. Frankly, like, I shouldn't even take as much credit for this because I lean heavily on Darko as my player level, information here. And the Darko synthesis across the player level ratings for the Celtics team was like super team on paper. And I've been heavy Celtics every step of the way. And I came into the finals looking at -210, and I was like, don't really feel like getting more at this price, but you run your mouth enough in the content space, and people tend to come around to see how serious you are. And so need some Celtics to win this thing. And and just for on the side fun stuff, I have Celtics sweeps, I have Celtics 4-1 My most likely outcome for the series before the series started was Celtics 4-1. I had Celtics -2.5 games priced plus 140 was my fare. I got a bunch in the 180 to 200 range there, which feels like just a solid gift. Again, my most likely outcome here is the Celtics holds game 1-2 at home and then split in Dallas and close in 5. So
you got to feel like you're in a good position after the way Dallas came out here. Want to quickly interrupt. We have a special drop here from Jeff Feinberg, friend of the Hammer, who wants to thank you for his ladies tennis outright pick. He went way too hard. A quote, "I went way too hard on something I have no clue about." So a little bit of thanks to you. Not only is basketball going well, but tennis is going well, it seems.
I don't deserve a ton of credit. I mean, Iga Swiatek is the 2-time defending champ, 3-time French Open champ, and she came very close to losing in round 2. She had a scare against Naomi Osaka, who just showed up with incredible form from out of nowhere, and conditions were perfect. Roof was closed, court wasn't really bouncing. So the power that Osaka had was very tough to match, but Iga got the better of her at the death, and now since then it's been just afterburners. And when you have a future and you see just 6-0, 6-0 score lines when you wake up in the morning, you're just like, let's go.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're Feinberg here, who's probably not watching these, you don't have the sweat of getting through at the end because you just check, oh, she won. Great. There's no sweat. That's what's kind of nice about betting on maybe sports you're not invested in. If you trust the handicap of somebody else, you don't have the sweat. You just have the
women's French Open, by the way, fizzled hard. There's been no interesting matches whatsoever. The only 2 other women that could have gone toe-to-toe with her besides Osaka flamed out in this quarterfinal, so they're not even going to play her. She's drawing a relative newcomer in Jasmine Paolini in the final here, where she's -2,000, I guess, something like that, and I think that's fair. Very, very excited to get that one home because, again, similarly to the Celtics, I'm tied. Most of my Celtics exposure, to be honest with you, was Celtics East from the regular season as I was stacking that, and so that home feels good. This Iga potentially, again, not to jinx it because we still got one more match. You can't get hurt. Can't do something stupid against Jasmine. Jasmine won the Dubai Open, by the way. I mean, she's no slouch. She's a good player. But Iga's on another level.
All right, let's get back to the game here. Let's try our best. Well, honestly, decent run by Dallas near the end of the half. It's at least doable. The last time you and me were doing one of these streams, we said at the start of the second half when Dallas were up, it was Minnesota were up big on Denver, and we were saying, okay, Denver come out strong to start the second half, we might have a game, but it's all indicative if they come out hot to start the second half, which did not happen at all. So we're in this position again. Dallas, if they go on a mini run here, they're still in this game a little bit. Obviously, Boston have been sensational, but it's not completely done yet.
No. And honestly, Celtics play with their food.
Yeah.
They don't, what I kind of tuned out, honestly, when it was 60-33, and I was like, all right.
So me and Knish did as well. We were,
and the Luka makes it 3 to get, Luka really just kind of the last 5 points of the half really helped kind of make a difference. But we're still a long way to go, but I guess here's kind of the key takeaway. In the first half, we didn't really know what the utilization was going to be for Porzingis. We didn't know if there was going to be rust on Porzingis. We didn't know if there was going to be rust in general for the Celtics. And the answer to all 3 of those were utilization was brilliantly correct by Missoula. Rust is not a factor at all for Porzingis or the Celtics. And the huge questions about, how are the Mavericks going to get shots off is still is a wide open one. Celtics do a phenomenal job of not allowing corner threes. When you are getting a corner 3, it's usually well contested. And so far, if you look at 3 of 13 for 3 for the Mavericks, and you're going to try to convince yourself that that's a fluke, I don't know that it is. Like, the Celtics 3-point defense is freaking awesome. Like, that's the way they want to play defense. Like, if you're going to beat the Celtics, you're going to get it done in the mid range. And honestly, when you have this 21-point deficit, like, you kind of can't afford to do that. And I think the Mavericks are a team that allows their opponents to take threes. Obviously, like, you look at the disparity there: 13 attempts from 3 for the Mavericks versus 27 for the Celtics. Like,
if Boston's going to shoot 52 threes, you're going to lose. Yeah.
Yes.
Just straight up.
Yeah. And I mean, that's
27, actually. They're taking 27.
20.
You're just going to lose the math. No, you can play.
You're going to lose the math.
Play well and lose. You can play well. They're not playing well, but you can play well and lose just because you're going to lose the math there.
Yeah. And I like, honestly, like, the way the Mavericks are rostered, they're not really rostered to be able to come away with and, like, really take away that shot for the Celtics. They're going to need the Celtics to get cold and get indecisive and turn it into Celtics, just like kind of not even in this game. I mean, in this series, like, they're going to just need them to turn into pumpkins and have a lot of ISO staring at each other, stop the ball movement. I don't know.
There's not a great matchup to do this, but you got to play Tatum a bit more straight up. You can't just double everything. He's picking passes, and everybody can shoot on this team. Like, Derek White had, right when the run started, Derek White had back-to-back wide-open threes. Like, as if, like, you hadn't been doing your homework on this guy from what he's done all season. Like, if it's Horford, I get it. You're going to let that happen. But other than that, you cannot play Tatum double Tatum as hard as this, because he's clearly comfortable playing this role where he's only got 8 points. He's comfortable just sitting back. So if it's, Derek Jones, then so be it. It's got to be Derek Jones. He's got to play him straight up. And look, if Tatum is laboring for every point, like if Tatum drops 30 plus, but he labors for every point, a lot of it's in mid range, that might be a better outcome than wide open threes for the Celtics pretty much anytime they want them.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, again, like, do not want to get too far ahead of myself or jinx this in any way, shape, or form. But if Porzingis and Horford are hitting threes, then the spacing just becomes that much more fluid. And then it's not a matter of difficult to, it's now drive and dish, drive and finish. You're pulling Lively, you're pulling Gafford away from the rim, and Tatum and Brown should absolutely feast in the paint if that happens. So
there's no right way to stop the Celtics, but there's
I mean, honestly,
better
you need
ways
the Celtics. You need the Celtics to beat themselves, and they do that.
They do that. I can tell you're very nervous because you really don't want to say anything too positive about the Celtics. You're trying to. You're not no clips. You're not letting anybody clip something from this for later.
It's clips. I just don't want to get my hopes up. Like, you can't. We're a long way.
Hey, I've been in your position. I know exactly how you're feeling. I know exactly the way you're thinking about it. The way you're trying to convey the message. I've been there.
Yeah, and I mean, like, again, like, even in game 1, like, my edge wasn't huge. Like, I was at 7.5. Market closed in 6.5 range, so it's not a big edge. And my money line price was actually really close. And I don't know why nobody was really kind of like, everybody that wanted to bet the Mavericks in this one just was hammering away on the spread. Nobody really tickled the money line, I guess. But I mean, you convolve that across 4 wins, and you get a big miss on the series price. So that's mostly what I'm looking for here. And I mean, if the Celtics defend home court, they can't, this 1 win's doesn't really do much. The equity will move a little, but not a lot. Well, like, it'll kind of move closer to correct, I would guess.
They haven't been a great home team the last few years in the playoffs. It's the away games where they've just been so good. They're like they're not much above 500 at home. They are now. They were 500 at one point in the playoffs, but then they got the 2 off the Pacers. I think they're above 500 there. Yeah. But nonetheless, second half has begun. We can try to sync up here. What time are you at if yours has started?
Go ahead, yeah. No, don't worry about me.
All right, well, I'm at 11:40. Luka layup to start the half. I'm really interested to see if Dallas come out with fire here and make this somewhat interesting.
Second half betting was pretty interesting in general. A little bit of early momentum to the over, and then that kind of bounced and fizzled.
What did I say about Derek White leaving him open? The first play, they doubled Tatum and leave Derek White open. Derek White hits a 3. So basically, just the first possession, they saw the entire first half and how poorly they played on defense, and then just came out and did the same thing.
I mean, the Mavericks have some defensive flaws that OKC and Minnesota were unable to take advantage of.
Derek White, open 3. No, he didn't make this one, but they're still just doubling Tatum. That's still, they're going to live and die game 1 like this.
Somebody on the in the Mavs front office laid the Tatum MVP price.
All right. Let's see.
Well,
it's going to be the Doncic show if they're going to do it. Or, I don't know, somebody gets hot, but Celtics aren't giving up anything. So, I don't know how you do get hot.
You know, Celtics in game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals had a 15-ish point lead in the end of the third quarter, and they gave up just a face-melting run to the Pacers because they had a bad.
That's true.
They had a bad lineup out there, and they just stopped playing with intensity. And I don't see that necessarily happening, but I would be
Kyrie wide open.
I'd be worried about it if I was Missoula.
It's only 18. I say only because it's been a whole lot worse than 18 today. Spread has come down to 15 and a half. It was up to 20-ish earlier. Let's see. Leaving Horford open. So you can do this. Misses mid-range. You can do that. When Porzingis comes in, you can't. But for now, you can do that. Got to attack him on defense, too. Kyrie goes at him. Another shot doesn't go. Man, Kyrie's struggling.
The pace in this game is also crawling.
Yeah, I have the over. I'm not happy.
This is not a good start to the third quarter for overbackers.
No, it was 2:10 to start the half. I have 2:14.5 pregame. Got a good number. It just doesn't look like it's gonna work out. Live line is 2:08. Oh, it's 2:05. Yikes.
Yeah, this is ugly basketball.
I think if you're Dallas, you want it that way. Let Boston play ugly, and see if you have something. Did they call a foul there?
No call.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't.
Well, the charge on Jalen, but the no foul on Luka shot.
Oh, the Horford block. I looked away.
Luka wanted a call, but I guess credit to him for getting back and taking the charge.
A lot of Kyrie ISO right now. Dribbles off his foot. Oof, gotta get those rebounds.
Yeah, free throws for the Boston is not going to help you. I don't know, man. This is I kind of want Porzingis back.
Yeah,
I think the Celtics without Porzingis on the floor to this point in this game have not felt like a clear and obvious mismatch against at least the starters.
Horford's a +2 in this 18-point game.
Yeah.
Interestingly, so yeah, when Porzingis is in, that's the damage. So wow, everyone in Boston is double-digit plus minus, other than Pritchard, who's +7, and Horford, who's +2. But everyone else,
yeah. And you know what? If you want to hang your hat on something, if you're a Mavericks fan, you've put a lid on Peyton Pritchard.
And Kyrie. Oh my God, Kyrie just sauced up Al Horford. Get Porzingis up the scores table.
Al Horford is pretty cooked. We saw that in the Pacers series. In fact, I was surprised that
yet they got the series sweep, and here they are. They're NBA Finals team with Horford. So imagine when they have Porzingis instead of Horford. Yeah, a healthy Porzingis.
I mean, like Horford is an interesting character because like his numbers still say he's an elite defender. He's a minus on offense, pretty obviously. And especially if he's not making his shots, he's a problem on offense because then the spacing breaks down.
He did have a few. I think he had 2 games against the Pacers. Game 1 in particular where he just went nuclear from 3.
Yeah, just bombed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just tough shots everywhere.
Man.
For Missoula called timeout though. All right, I mean, 16. You know, if we're going by. You're slowly chipping away. They've chipped away 5 points already in less than 5 minutes. They're probably thinking like a point per minute. Slowly work your way back into it. Dallas won't be upset with this. And you mentioned the pace, and I think that suits Dallas more than it suits Boston.
If it was a smaller margin. But just in terms of game flow, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Are the nerves creeping back in?
No, of course, absolutely. I'm not. I mean, I'd like to see Porzingis back on the floor, and I'd like to see the Celtics put a little 10-point run on there. And I mean, like, and actually, what was especially annoying about the slower pace is that like you're doing no damage to Kyrie or Doncic in particular. Like Doncic is clearly going to have a lot, full arsenal bullets ready for the fourth quarter if it's even marginally close, right? So if you're Dallas right now, you're thinking we got to get this to 10 and have Doncic kind of go bananas in the fourth quarter, which could happen.
Porzingis will be in right now. It'd be a mistake if Jason Kidd follows up first quarter and subs out Kyrie really early. And it would also be a mistake if he brings in all 4 bench guys at the same time. I do not believe Josh Green should come back on the floor. But they haven't changed their defensive schemes here at all. So I wonder what Jason Kidd's planning here. I mean, Hardy only got 5. If anything, Hardy won't get the minutes, I guess. But there has to be some sort of different structure for minutes here for Jason Kidd.
What's your opinion of the kind of bad Tatum so far?
Bad Tatum?
Yeah.
Like he's not playing?
6 turnovers to 4 assists is not good.
No.
He's scoring, he's scoring lightly. Well, he has not gotten to the free throw line yet. He has felt passive.
He's being passive because they're doubling and guys are open. The turnovers is a problem, but I guess they're feeling like Tatum passing is better than Tatum scoring. I mean, it's not like unlike honestly, not 6 turnovers. Early in the third quarter is pretty astonishing, but it's not unlike Tatum to be turnover prone, especially in bigger games. But they're sending aggressive doubles. Other guys are winning the game for them. So I think if you had Tatum Finals MVP, you're sweating right now because he's been maybe the 4th best player. But
I don't know. Sam Hazard had some nice minutes.
What are you thinking for Tatum?
I mean, he's in his head, and he is a turnover guy. The fact that the Mavericks aren't making more hay out of the turnovers is a problem for them. They only have 4 fast break points so far. They've only They've gotten 10 turnovers, but they've only scored 8 points off those turnovers. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, you can't. Boston, they're going to turn over the ball. You absolutely have to punish them on turnovers.
Yeah, and that was actually like that specifically was what kept Indiana, gave them a chance in that series.
So we're 5 minutes in. We're out of timeout. Al Horford is still on the court, and it's a 14-point game now.
I mean, do you think that they think they could just rest Porzingis
I don't
for the
know.
rest of the game?
I'm honestly I'm dumbfounded here because it's what's the point of rest here? It's pretty clear to everybody that he's healthy, unless there's a conditioning problem, which that's what you should have been working on. Al Horford got cooked out of the first possession there.
He's back in. All right.
Porzingis back in. Okay. Well, I don't know why they didn't just do that at the timeout.
I don't either. I don't
right.
understand this. But yeah, no friendly whistle for Porzingis or for Luka there. And
hustling back though.
He hustles back hard. But the Celtics had a wide open Tatum, couldn't find him.
Wow.
No consequence though, because Holiday made a nice play to get the free throws, and then he converts both. PJ Washington. The kind of the only player prop kind of angle I took was PJ Washington under made threes and under points for the series, because the Celtics just do such a nice job of
taking that away,
taking away his particular favorite spot to shoot. And I feel like he has to do this. He has to do this much tougher. Trying to get to the basket because his shot's not going down.
Yeah, he had a really hot start to the conference finals, the Thunder series had a really hot start to that Thunder series, and then kind of tapered off, and hasn't really gotten it back since then.
Yeah, he's still your third-ish lead, third scorer, I guess, for the Mavericks throughout this playoff run.
Yeah, kind of has to be. All right, 14-more game. I mean, Dallas. This is where Dallas want to be. Can't foul though. Lively's playing awfully high on defense today.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I definitely would not have expected that.
No.
Yeah, that gives up, and then that kind of opens up that opportunity, obviously.
All right, there's a Tatum bucket.
Yeah. All right.
Doncic. Oh boy, I see it. I see your face. You're locking in.
Yeah, not loving
13-point game.
Not loving that sequence.
This is how you beat Boston though. You slow it down. You make them play more ISO. You make them beat themselves.
Yeah. I think if this holds, if this is kind of your final margin here, and it's in like the 10-point-ish range, I think the Mavericks probably leave thinking we solved some things. God. We did a better job in the second half.
If Kyrie could hit a shot.
Yeah, wow. He's really struggling tonight. And I don't know if it has to do with being in Boston or being in his head or what, but he's had some wide open opportunities like that one. And
that's the second wide open three of the quarter.
Yeah. He's 0 for 4 from 3 tonight so far. He's a -10. He's kind of standing out as a non-contributor relative to expectations so far.
Wow.
Third foul on Mr. Lively.
Gotta use this. Gotta use the turnovers. Another tough shot for Kyrie. All right, that's what he can do. Wow. I didn't think it happened this quick, but I said that they're going to want to get to 11 by the end of the third. They're here.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really feel like they've had to sweat to do this either, which is really the frustrating part, right? If you're,
I was saying start a second half, you come out on fire, really up for it, but they just Dallas haven't changed much, honestly. I haven't seen any inherent like change of game plan here, other than like minute distribution here. Kyrie staying in longer.
Jesus Christ! All right, well, we are nervous.
Does Doncic make this? Wow, 8-point game.
All right.
Wow, we've got a game straight up.
Yeah.
What's the quarter? 22-9 quarter.
Yeah. We had a 29-point lead at one point, right?
I'll double check. TD Garden notably silent at the moment.
Yeah, it's
unless Kyrie Irving has the ball in his hands. Yeah, largest lead was 29. You're correct. And not even 4:27 to go in the third, and it's an 8-point game. This is I don't really have much financial investment into this game, so I'm just loving that it's a close game, and I don't mean to pile on at all, but yeah, my reaction, I would prefer if Boston didn't win this series. I am not a fan of Boston sports, so it seems like I'm piling on. I don't mean it against you. I just want to lay out there.
It's all good, man.
But hey, they're still up by 8. All the momentum with Dallas, and if Kyrie Irving can start hitting some shots, my goodness, is he more? Because Doncic is hitting a lot of crazy shots right now, and this is basically how Dallas were gonna have a chance in series. Doncic to play like this, and he's on an island right now. I mean, nobody's really providing a lot of help. Like PJ's got 10. I think you'll be happy with that at this point in the game, even though no threes. Kyrie's only got 12 points, and he's not even doing too much with this third quarter. And like you said, Dallas aren't really doing anything crazy. They're not really sweating to get the game back here. All right, so what's got to change for Boston?
I mean, they got to match physicality. It feels like Boston is just kind of going through the motions, no urgency, no intensity, letting the Mavericks' physicality get the better of them in this third quarter. They need to hit the play better button pretty quickly. It's almost like the stuff that I don't know. They didn't. Like you said, there haven't even been any obvious adjustments. It's just been, I guess, just more intensity, more focus, more purpose from Dallas, and less. More, kind of the same old garbage, lackadaisical attitude from the Celtics, which is, it's really it's the it's the right word. The most annoying part about making numbers for sports is when there are intangibles that are hard to quantify,
right?
That become part of the mainstream narrative and support for a side that your numbers say are not correct, right? And stuff like the Celtics play with their food. The Celtics are, don't have intensity, blah, blah. Like, you can see it. I don't disagree that you can see it. I like, I make those observations all the time, but just have no idea how to quantify that.
Yeah.
And so you're in a weird position where you're like, okay, well, the numbers and the game state and the situation say this should happen with these players available on the floor. And the minute, you kind of buy into that and the Celtics do this, you feel like an idiot.
Yep. Well, they're up 8 in the third. If you saw that pregame, you wouldn't think anything of it. If you're just tuning in now, you're thinking, oh, they're up. That's to be expected. Little did you know, it was a 29-point lead at one point, but they are up 8. And
yeah, it's been there's basically there's been a delta of 20 points from the I guess not. Yeah, there's been a 20-point swing since
like the 125
kind of the end of
mark.
Yeah.
Of the second quarter.
Yeah.
So 9 in-game minutes, 9.5 in-game minutes.
I don't understand how that happens when you have a team of this quality.
Yeah, I think seeing Brown go to the rim there actually just made me realize that they are absolutely not going to the rim at all right now.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, like if we want to be honest, they're getting the more friendly whistle in this third quarter, and yet they are still getting their asses handed to them.
This is the way you want to beat Boston. You want to get them taking a lot of jump shots. Not letting them get to the rim.
4 now on Lively. I don't know that he's been good enough. Jaylen Brown's missing free throws. Where have we heard that before? This is fortifying my feelings about the Celtics in both ways in one game, which is, these guys are amazing, but you can't trust them.
Yes. Every year.
Unbelievable. Why can't we just win a game by 30, guys? Is that too much to ask in the NBA Finals?
All right, bit of crowd getting up a little bit here. Kyrie Irving turnover. Is this you? Andy puts in chat after every Celtics game. I don't understand why this happened.
Yeah, well, they lost 2 games in these playoffs, and they were both inexcusable.
Every basketball game. Every basketball game you did.
Yeah, they lost. They clearly were the better. Like the path. This has been talked about by everyone, but their path in this playoffs was so soft.
Yeah,
and
You can only beat what's in front of you.
Yeah, had to be the weakest path in recent memory.
All right, 2 straight turnovers by Dallas.
Nice pass by Tatum there.
And M. Hunter makes a point. When they did lose the playoffs, it took Miami had the best 3-point shooting playoff game in franchise history. The Cavs also had a meteoric night from 3. Those are the only losses. It's a fair point.
Yep. You had an all universe performance from Steph Curry, who's all time great NBA in the fourth quarter of Game 4. Otherwise, you probably beat the Warriors.
I meant this playoffs, but the reason they've lost. I mean, last year that is inexcusable to lose to Miami in that series. Honestly, the Warriors year they were the better team, but not only did Curry go just absolutely stupid in Game 4, you saw the absolute worst of the Jays. Tatum and Brown struggled to close that one out, coupled with Steph Curry just putting the Warriors on his back in that.
Yeah, but Andy is right. I complain about the Celtics constantly. Their numbers say they should cover more than they do. The numbers say they've been pretty poor. Just as against the spread team all throughout the playoffs.
The numbers say they should win at home more often too. They're barely above 500 at home over the last few years in the playoffs.
And their average spread this season, I feel like their average spread at home this season was probably 10.5 points. It was they were consistently getting massive amounts of points and just let me tell you exactly what it was because I have it.
This game's
their average spread at home was 10.9. And they actually were above 500 against the spread at home somehow.
Okay.
But
Tatum,
in the playoffs, they were awful.
There's the big shot Boston needed. Inject the energy back, 16-point game. A little bit of relief, 8-0 run. Good adjustments. Dallas haven't had a good shot in that run. They've turned it over a couple times.
Yeah.
Boston are actually getting to the rim a lot more often now.
You know what? If this is a 20-point game as we go into the fourth, better look out because Tatum is going to go off. No one front runs like Tatum.
He loves.
No one front runs like JT.
Yeah, he lives for that. That's what he's thinking about right now. He's up to 13. He's got 8 rebounds, 5 assists. He's probably going to get a double-double here. Maybe get a triple-double with his turnovers, but still on 6. I don't think at any point do Dallas take their foot off the gas. I mean, maybe like last 2 minutes, but I don't think Dallas has seen the fragility here. I don't think at any point they take their foot off the gas with like their player personnel. Not to mention there being 2 full days of rest after this. So we still got good basketball. And if Dallas last 2 minutes of the second quarter made a run, hopefully we get one here just to get a better fourth quarter. The final schedule, by the way, is the weirdest I've ever seen. Almost every game is 2 full days of rest from the other. I've never seen it like that.
There's a long history of them really stretching this out.
It's just, I guess, just everyone eats media coverage wise, especially with the Olympics. If you're playing here and you're in the Olympics, that sucks.
Yeah, what was Game 7 of the finals with the Cavs Warriors was like June 19th, I want to say.
Game 7 of this one would be the 23rd.
Oh, geez, that is. Oh, but we're starting at June 6th. That's kind of insane.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. An entire series is taking 2.5 weeks. One series. It's ridiculous.
June 19th was the Game 7 that year.
You remember it well.
Yeah.
Dallas have just stopped hitting shots.
Yeah. Doncic and Gafford, or Doncic and Washington out, so this could get a little tilted.
Who's the four? They have Kyrie's still out.
Kyrie's back in.
And Horford hitting threes now.
Gafford's
all of a sudden, back up to 19. It was fun when it was 72-64, but 11-0 run.
Let's make a fun market. You ready?
Sure.
So the Celtics are going to be up by 20-ish going into the fourth quarter. Jason Tatum has 13 points. He finishes over or under 27.5.
27. I thought you were going to say 20. Then I'd be like, it's probably over there. What would be, at what point would you play an under?
Probably.
What would it have to be?
It'd have to be high. 20, 24 maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like his usage has been low, and he knows when his usage is low through Q1 through 3, regardless of game state, he gets his in quarter 4. You know, you can kind of point to a lot of those games. He's been involved in a lot of stuff, but he's only taken 11 shots so far. That would probably be clearly his playoff low. You got to guess it to what the fewest number of shots he's taken so far in any playoff game is. Oh,
any playoff game he's ever had?
Yeah, no, this year.
Oh,
Game 5 of the Miami one doesn't really count because they were up by a million. But he only took 9 shots in that game.
I was gonna say probably like 15 to 17-ish.
Yeah, that 17 is kind of a neutral game state low for him.
Up by 22. I'm gonna see what his live points is. Live 18.5 plus 108.
18.5?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they put him on ice. 11 field goal attempts though. He's gonna take, I think, at least five more. I would guess he's gonna get to 16.
Take 5 more shots.
I also think he's probably thinking about MVP stuff too. Like, he cares.
Yeah, he does care. I definitely looked bad not winning conference finals MVP. I know he lost by 1 vote, but
yeah, that was a close call.
I think basically it was like close to 50-50, and then the media guys went, well, Jaylen Brown hit the game winner, or the game tire in game 1, and gave it to him. Because that was probably the biggest moment of the series.
He was a top scorer too, ultimately. I think Tatum's defensive contributions mattered a ton. Not that they weren't going to find a way to win otherwise.
Yeah. So Tatum, 18.5. Yeah, let's do this.
2 threes gets you there.
Let's do it.
He's made 3 of his 6 threes so far. He'll keep shooting that. He has yet to shoot a free throw. How crazy is that?
He's just not getting to the rim. That's when Tatum's at his worst, when he's not getting to the rim.
The last game he did not have a free throw attempt. You want to guess when that was?
God, like his rookie season.
Regular. It was during the regular season this year. He had no free throw
really?
attempts in the loss to Milwaukee on April 9th, interestingly enough.
Oh, geez, this number's getting hit. I may have missed my chance here. As faffing over it. It's 19.5 on DraftKings. It's still 8.5, but it's heavy juice on FanDuel. Got to shop around old-fashioned here. But 8.5, yeah. Three layups, 2 threes.
I don't even know what Boston did to turn the tide back in their favor.
Dallas,
I don't know how they won that. They almost won that quarter somehow.
I'll give them credit. They weren't giving up any good looks to Dallas at all. Dallas stopped making big shots. Like Luka cooled off a little. Kyrie hadn't been doing anything.
Lively picked up a couple bad fouls.
Yeah, and Boston started getting to the rim. It seemed like they made a point of getting to the rim there as well. Let's see.
So
right.
Kanish was actually in a hot tub.
Yeah, did you end up seeing? Did you see the photo at least?
I was sweating out the first half, so no. I'm looking at the photo now.
He came on. He was in the hot tub, and
it's quite a setup he has there.
And his volume, sorry, his sound quality was probably better than it usually is. So you wouldn't even know if you weren't watching and you were just listening. It would sound like normal Kanish microphone, which was acceptable. It was acceptable for the content, I'll say.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go eat some dinner.
All
Enjoy
right.
the fourth quarter.
I think you've got over the line here.
I
am going to play Tatum over 8.5 points.
Okay.
So, you know.
Guesses for Game 4 opening?
Game 2?
Sorry, Game 2 opening.
7.5.
Okay, sounds right. I think that's the right number.
The total probably
212-ish.
Yeah, I was thinking 213, but yeah, 212.
Okay.
Enjoy your dinner. Enjoy the rest
of course,
of the game.
man. Yeah, I think the fact that the Mavs made hay when they slowed it down, that spells trouble for pace and points in this series. So we'll see. All right, man. Best of luck. Let's go Celtics.
I won't say let's go Celtics, but for him, I hope he succeeds. I am trying to play over 8.5, and that line just got tanked as well. I'm trying to play this over 8.5. Okay, I think I've got my spot here. Please let me place it. I am about to get it at... All right. Well, honestly, I got it at the best price I ended up seeing, period. I was floating around with minus 115, minus 112, plus 102, plus 100. I got in live Tatum points over 18.5, plus 112 at FanDuel. All right. So that'll add to the sweats here. And I've racked up quite a bill here, honestly. Not a great betting day for your boy. It happens, but it sucks when it happens when you're on a live stream in front of people. But we're taking Tatum live, so we've got Celtics win championship minus 110. That is obviously looking prime because they are up in game 1. Expected to win game 1. Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, 25-plus points. I'm not going to rule out 25-plus for Tatum here, but he needs 12 more. That's not looking good. I have the over 214.5. That is absolutely cooked. That is absolutely not going to happen. Kyrie Irving, 20-plus points. Jrue Holiday, under 15.5. That's not dead. Kyrie needs 8. He'll have to keep playing. I'm not sure. Jrue Holiday will very likely not get to that point total, though. So it'll just be on Kyrie to win, to get that, and we're good. And then we have the live Tatum over 8.5 points. 3 layups, 2 layups and a free throw, 2 free throws, 2 threes, whatever combination you like. I do agree with Mr. Whale Capper that he's probably gonna get 5 more shots. So he's got to make half of those. He's got to, well, yeah, he's got to make 3. Maybe get a free throw. Here is Tatum on Kleba. He's gonna shoot this sidestep 3. This would be nice. In and out on the 3. That stinks. Well, on it now, I have a reason to watch the rest of the game, unless he gets subbed out, which of course would remove that reasoning. But now I have a reason to actually care about this game because we took Tatum live. A lot of time for Dallas. It's 18. If it comes close, maybe I'll beg Drew to come back on and sweat the rest of it. I'm not gonna do that. Doncic missing free throws doesn't help anybody. Tatum on Kleba again. I mean, ISO here, Jason. Get to the rim. Lost it, almost turned it over. He's being aggressive. He's being aggressive at least. He knows it's time to. This is the Finals MVP bid that begins right now. He knows that. You know, you make a bet and you concoct all these ways in your head of why it should work, why it should win. That's what I'm doing right now. We still have Tatum. Okay, 10-19 for the shot clock turnover. Got to use this. Got to use this. Push the pace. Attack Pritchard here. Jones gets to the rim. Tough shot. You know, I don't hate that shot you're going at, Pritchard. You take that. That's tough. If everybody wants to sync up with me, I'll count down from 10, 9:59, 9:58, 9:57, 56, 55, 4, 3, 2, 1, 9:50. Doncic. Double comes. Yeah, nobody's really making shots. I'd double Doncic here. Doncic attacking White, draws the foul. All right, gotta make these, Luka. 70% free throw shooter. Gotta make these, Luka. This is how you win. This is how you get back into it. Get the ones where you can. Hey, if it keeps it close, Tatum stays in, right? How many minutes? Tatum's at 34 minutes. 10 minutes left. 44. He's not playing 44, is he? $30-point game for Luka. I mean, he's doing his thing. He's doing his part. 30 for him. Kyrie on 12. PJ on 12. I mean, Finals MVP favorite out of this game. Probably still Tatum, but he's definitely plus money at this rate. He's definitely plus money after this game. No. Was he right? No. What was he pre-series? Pre-series he was like minus 110, right? So he's definitely plus money after this game. Porzingis won't be plus 3,500. I tell you that. Brown probably moves into a good spot here, but I think Tatum's still favorite to win Finals MVP. Especially if he can pad some numbers here. But Doncic's missing 2 free throws in this quarter so far. There's a problem. Holiday, big shot there. Not loving the Tatum usage here. Derek Jones not loving a lob almost out of bounds. I don't know why Pritchard caught that. He should have just left that. Not a heads-up basketball play. Really nice move there by Drew. That guy's a winner, man. Everyone in the league knows it. Inbound, Porzingis falls asleep. PJ can't make it pay. I mean, Dallas, jeez. They really had some opportunities. 2 missed free throws, a missed wide open 3. They have had their chances in this quarter to make it a game. KP over Luka, no good. Game is slowing down here. Doncic, just give it to Luka and pray, guys. Double comes, loses it. Derek White should lay this in. and does. 21-point game. We'll see if Tatum does stick around here and try to get some numbers up. But gotta say, it's not looking good for this one. He had that 3 that rattled in and out. That would have been the one there, right? Well, if it wasn't for that, I probably would have signed off here, but 8:34 to go. We're going to grind out here. Reminder, guys, stay tuned on the board. We'll probably have more of another one of these, at least another one of these, on the way to eventually crowning an NBA champion. How many we do will be dependent on the length of the series, because if this game is any indication, this series could be done rather quickly. However, because we have a lot of time in between games, maybe we come through again. I would very much eye a Thursday game 6 in 2 weeks as a potential watch party. But I might want to do one. I might try to get us to do one next week. Maybe we can go Wednesday next week and Thursday the week after. Give you guys one a week of these. But we'll do our best. No promises there. Keep up to date with all the information at the Board HQ and on the Hammer HQ at the Hammer HQ. But still a game to go here. Still some bets on the line. The over is dead. That's not happening. I CLV will pay my bills in that one, but not, yeah. Over and is 200 here. Got 214 pregame, close to 216. It is what it is. It's part of the game. It's why we do it, right? 6.6% CLV. That's why we do it. Tell you what, if Kyrie could get me 20 points, that'd be excellent. He's still 7 away. He's 8 away. Yeah, he's not doing that. 20 points is doable. You know what? 20 points is doable from here. Dallas don't rest yet. It'd have to be I like less than 3 minutes, I think, for Dallas to give up on this game. We've seen some crazy shit in the NBA. It's the finals. You don't give up. It's like NHL. You pull your goalie with like 5 minutes left. You pull your goalie down 4 just because why not? Roll the dice. It's one game. You can lose by 3. You can lose by 40. You lost game 1. Still got 6 more games potentially. But what is maybe a bit of a scary thought for Dallas is that Boston have not been at their best, and they are still treading water with you. Boston they weren't even at their best in the first half. I mean, you had Tatum on not doing he was affecting the game winning because he was, creating havoc. He was drawing doubles, but Boston weren't even at their complete scintillating best because Tatum wasn't playing super well. And they won the first half by 21 and had a 29-point lead. Third quarter, as bad as it was for Boston, they lost the quarter by 1 point. So Boston playing like trash are treading water with you, Dallas. That would be a bit of a worry on my part if I'm the Dallas Mavericks. It would be a damn shame for Dallas to know they're doing it. It'd be a damn shame for them to not really show up and lose. But like I said, a lot of basketball to be played before an NBA champion is crowned. Doncic, fadeaway 2, nothing dropping for Luka in the fourth quarter. Tatum remains in the game. That's the big news. He's got Josh Green on him. Come on, guys. Switch them to Lively on 4 fouls. Barbecue chicken, Tatum. Gets past him. Finds Holiday inside. Lovely feed. Holiday couldn't finish. Only 12 shots for Tatum tonight, though, is a surprise. And they got to care about Finals MVP. They have to. He has to. He knows the scrutiny. He talked about the scrutiny in the lead up to the finals. He knows about it. If Dallas could do anything, though. PJ at the rim, all right, 17-point game. Couple stops, couple makes, and you're in the game. Yeah. Oh, that's 17. Sorry. It's 92-73. 19-point game. A few stops, a few makes, and it's kind of a game. Let's just get Tatum to ice it, though, huh? 6 more for Tatum. Backing down, taking the step back 2. There we got one. We got 1 bucket from Tatum. 4 more points from JT. He's probably got another 3 minutes in him. Lively at the rim. Tatum, just get out of the way. No need to pick up fouls or anything. Rooting for Jason Tatum. Never would have thought I'd be here. Never wanted to be here either, honestly. Pritchard down low to JT. Is he going to start to cook? Fadeaway 2. Way off this time. He gets it to the rim this time. Scoop to layup. No good. He's taking his shots. You know what? I said we were saying he'd take 5 more shots. He's taken 4 more shots. He's only made 1. Therein lies the problem. But he's being aggressive. He's hunting shots now. This is all that matters in the game. It's Jason Tatum scoring. He's hunting shots. That's a good thing from the bettor's perspective, in this case, myself. He's hunting the shots. Matthew Johnson on Jimmy Kimmel tonight. $96-75, 6 minutes to go. Tatum switches on the Doncic. Wants the ISO. Nope, goes in the corner to Horford. Horford stumbling his way into the paint. Gets the Holiday in the corner, who drills the 3. Does that? He's on 12. We still need Kyrie to get 8 more. I don't know if Kyrie's going to get a single point, to be honest. Yeah, not a good day. Not a good betting day in the NBA. Hopefully MLB helps me out. Doncic just cannot make anything in the 4th quarter. I don't know if his legs are gone or what. But yeah, you allow Boston to take 41 threes. Dallas are 5 of 23. You're just never going to be in that game, are you? 3-point foul there on Jaylen Brown. This one's done. I probably got 1 more minute in me here, but I don't think Tatum's going to get it. And this game's done. Tough. I was hoping to what I want to see is if Dallas can keep a game close and test Boston in the clutch. What does that look like? Because they minorly had, maybe it was more of Boston's undoing of themselves in the early stages of the 3rd quarter, where Boston are settling for jump shots. They're not getting to the rim. Maybe it was something about what Dallas were doing there. Maybe it was just Boston being so, but there's still the fragilities that we see with Boston. It was only there for a brief moment, but it was there. If they can get into a clutch spot, is that what Boston are going to look like? You know, is Luka going to continue to be this unreal level of player? All the questions. 25-point game. Dante Exum is in. Yeah, that would be kind of thrown in the towel. With all due respect to Dante Exum, former 5th overall pick. Timeout, Missoula. Yeah, I mean, I think this is done, guys. It's late. I wake up early. Might decompress a little bit before bed. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight on the Board YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Regardless of the result of the game, 25-point game, regardless of the result of my wagers, which did not go well, we had some fun, didn't we? And we had Joey Knish in a hot tub. I think that itself is worth the attendance. Thank you so much for tuning in. Drop a like if you did enjoy what you saw from today's stream. Let us know if you want to see another one. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, please make sure you do subscribe to the board and follow us on Twitter at the Board HQ and follow us at the Hammer HQ so you know exactly when the next bit of content is coming up here on any of our platforms. Thanks again, guys. I'm signing off, and I will see you again next time, whenever that may be.